This combination of GT3 cars and Fuji gave us some of the most dramatic, bizarre and aggressive racing I've ever seen on Gran Turismo. It created some of the biggest rivalries and battles I don't think I'll ever see again. So I first started it off by setting some laps, and on the Monday I got into 56th on the world. This lap puts us into first, but look how close we are to second. And as the race starts, I know I need to play it defensive. The Ferraris have a really good acceleration, so I know he's going to be right behind me, but he doesn't go for the move. As it's only a 5-lap race, I can't afford to lose the position. But as we're coming to the bottom of the hill, I know he's right behind me. I play it defensive, and it seems like I've got the position done. There's another person right behind him, so hopefully the two people behind me fight and I can try get away. That's not really the case, and as we're going up the hill, a game-changing move happens. I just basically slide. I was too greedy and stepped on the power way too early, and loads of people managed to get past me. I can't hold the position against a Lexus, and we're down to 6th in just one turn. But I don't think it's time to give up yet, and on the end of the straight, I go for the dive bomb against Bruno. We're still side by side, but I managed to tuck in between the two of them, and that's a position made. The next goal is to take down the white Porsche in front of us. And on the next turn, he goes wide on the apex, so he's going to have a bad run. Maybe on the end of the next turn, I can get a move done. And now we're right behind him. I'm going to try go for the dive bomb, and I absolutely send it. We're side by side, and there is a slight bit of contact, but I leave him space on the end of the next turn. And we're going to power through and be successful. Now it's time to catch up the two people in front. Now we just need to pray that they fight and they're going to slow each other down and we can catch them up. But it's not over yet as the white Porsche wants some more. He's going to try go for the move, but the Lexus comes in at the last second. He's basically saving me at the moment. On lap 3 the leaders are still quite far away, but around the middle of the pack there is a bit of carnage. Bruno the Lexus gets hit and the Ferrari gets re-punished from that as he gets taken out by another one. It's a 5-second penalty for the convicted. However, no one said the carnage would stop, and the Porsche that was right behind us crashes into the wall. I needed two people in front to fight, and it looks like it's starting to happen. But for the rest of lap 4, the Lamborghini gets close, but not close enough. And to round up the race, he just doesn't have the pace to catch up the Ferrari. Okay, so we're back. This race wasn't the ideal one for me, but there was a miracle that happened. We're starting in pole again with quite a strong grid behind us. And as the race starts, I can't let Marquinhos and the Ferrari behind me overtake me. It's only a 5-lap race, and position number 1 is the most ideal. So as we're going to the end of the straight, I know I need to play it defensive. I keep it to the inside, and Marquinhos suddenly switches around to the outside. He's going to do a switcheroo on me, and what a great move. He just powers out and I can't match him. Here I make a really bad move and I go into the back of him and get the overtake done. I should have given it back, but at the time I wasn't aware that I hit him. Through the next turn there's a little bit of contact, but it's fine and we still have number 1. Now from the top 6 here, I want you to place your bets of who you want to win, because it was really a great race. So next here, the 3rd and 4th place Ferraris have a bit of contact, and this one goes onto the grass. He gets a bad run rejoining the track, and this is where the carnage starts. I get that he has dirty tyres, but this is just excessive. He hits the red Ferrari over there, and then he hits another red Ferrari, and another, and then the Porsche, which he takes off the track. They all come up to the hill, and this is where a really crucial braking point happens. I think he brakes a little bit early, then gets rear-ended by the Lamborghini. And then on the exit, he takes out this Mercedes. Place your bets again as they run up to the hill. He's right behind this red Ferrari, and he tries to bump draft him, but it doesn't really work out that well. Again on the left, the same thing happens with the other two. There's another car going on slow on the track, so you have to avoid him. And then the Lamborghini comes up side by side, and this is where like a big bit of lag happens or something, because he gets absolutely shunted and there's so much carnage. The Lamborghini's made so much out of that, but as the braking point happens, there's going to be a bit more carnage again. Ferrari hits the Lamborghini again and they go side by side. But meanwhile, something very important is happening. I want you to look at the radar on the bottom right, and that is Marquinhos, the Ferrari again. He's coming for his revenge and I can't really do anything. He goes to the inside, and right now probably the move is done and it seems like it's secured. Later on in that lap, I then lose another position to Coned, who sends it down the inside and gets another overtake done. But then something even weirder happened. I just can't get the move done on Coned here. But on the next lap he goes for a really bad dive bomb and suffers from it. I get the overtake done from him there as he messes up. But it's not done yet as he sends it, but he does get the overtake done fairly. However, he messes up again and it just invites me to take the inside. And I'm not even going to bother to commentate here. We just lose so many positions so easily. So I hope you place your bets on who you want to win, because this is where the miracle starts to happen. Look at Dan in front of us, and as the two make contact, he slides in and takes the position. It's again a very feisty move from Koned, as he basically just pushes Marquinhos off. Marquinhos retaliates with this. Dan spots the place and just basically goes for it. What a move. Sadly, I just don't have the pace to get Marquinhos to the line, but this race isn't about me, it's about Dan. From just starting his race in 6th, he picked off the positions one by one and made the most of other people's mistakes. If I can learn anything from him, is to keep your own race clean and prioritise from where other people mess up. If you look at it, most of the overtakes he did weren't actually by just sending it was from their mistake. That is a 10 out of 10 victory. Now it's time for what you've all been waiting for, the race that changed everything. By far the most controversial race, and I want to know what you guys think. So starting off the race, you have Stig and a bunch of other Ferraris behind us. Again, I'm just going to do the usual move of sticking it down the middle. It's a really good defensive move without compromising your exit. Like I've said before, our main aim is just to keep a gap and keep it growing. We want to separate ourselves from the other people, so we're basically in our own kind of race. At the end of the straight on lap 1, the Stig just isn't there. Later on lap 2, I play it defensive as the Stig is right behind me, but I think we get the move covered. I park it on the exit so he can't do the switcheroo, and at this point I think we're safe. He is however going to get a better run on me, so I need to try and keep it defensive. Is he going to look down the inside? No. It's not really a good place to overtake, as on the big straight you can probably overtake there. I'm still going to have to go defensive here, as I don't want him overtaking me yet. He doesn't really see the opportunity, but he's got a better exit again. This is not ideal for me. I just need to get a good exit on the end of this turn, as the straight is next, but I feel my fate coming. He is right behind me. With a long straight like this, I really stand no chance. Jumping to Stig cam then, and we can basically see the effect Slipstream has. I'm a sitting duck. The wisest thing to do is to get behind him and try to be on the racing line so we can get the best exit possible and lose the least amount of time. I don't think the fight's over yet, I just need to stay behind him. There's two really good overtaking points, and it's a chicane at the bottom of the track and the long straight. To the first good overtaking point we come then, and I can't really see the move, I'm kind of too far back. At the start of the straight he's created quite a gap, but I can easily catch this up from Slipstream. 15 seconds later, sped up, I'm right behind him. I feel like it'd be the right idea to go to the move, as it does look like he's got a bit more pace than me, so I send it down the inside and it's looking good. And I need to accelerate out, and I use all of the track here and slightly push him off. Do I push him off though? I'm in front. Anyway, coming to the first big overtaking point, he's still right behind me. He's too far back, but comes off the brakes and hits into me. It's a move done, I guess. He blocks off the track so I definitely can't get past and seals off the move. We've got to keep it positive though, and he gets slidey out of the exit, but I'm just focusing on getting a good exit out of the next turn so we can get a good exit on the straight. Damn, I said exit a lot. But we need to focus, and it looks like I do. I'm now right behind him. For about 25 seconds worth of straight, he goes defensive to block it off. But as we all know, this is never going to be enough. I'm going to try and pull left and get the move done. It's not over yet though, as we're halfway down the straight, and being on the left means we're down the outside. I just need to try and get to the right. The second I get in front of him, I cut to the right and it seems like the move is done. However, he's going to try and hold it down the outside, but I have the inside and power out earlier. It's the final lap, and damn, it feels good to be in front. It's not over yet though, because we haven't won it, and I run wide on this apex. He's going to sniff the opportunity. Take a look now at the radar, but then disaster strikes. As we switch to the Ferrari cam, he's right next to me. On the left though, which is the outside. I'm going to play it to the inside, which is a defensive move, and I'm going to try park it on the exit. It plays well, but he starts being on my outside. I'm in front of him, so I use the racing line to drive forward. With the optimal line, I'm now in front, and for the next turn, he gives me a nice shunt at the back, and then this. We were so close to victory, but then this has to happen. To make it worse, a guy in the exact same car beats us to the line. So the Stig is arguing about this turn here and what happens in the exit. He's arguing that I'm driving him off the road. So my argument is the fact that I'm in front, so I have the right to the track. He should be backing off. Now I come from the world of karting, and the rule here is if you're in front, you have the right to the turn. But the real question is, how far in front do you have to be classified as in front? Now I want to be completely unbiased as I'm still learning, but here it looks like we're alongside. And a bit later, it does look like I'm in front. So from a karting mentality, he should be backing out here because it is my turn. But you could also argue, where's a Ferrari meant to go? From this angle, it looks like I'm in the right, but from this one, it looks like he's in the right. I still don't think this is how you should deal with it, but hey ho, this is how it went. Please let me know in the comments how you think this went, but I'm not done yet. There's still time for my redemption. Revenge so sweet, you can taste it in the air, and I'm ready. Coming up to the first turn now, we're going to do the usual thing by keeping it in the middle. Frustratingly though, we slightly overcook it, and he does do the switcheroo and gets the move on us. Like a gentleman, he gives us space, but I just don't have the momentum to get it past him. Coming up to the back straight, and we already know what's going to happen. I'm going to have the slipstream to overtake him. I'm so nervous, but this needs to be done. We pull over to the right, which remember will be the inside for the next turn. And if you look at the radar bottom right, you'll see that he's still on our left, but we think we get the move done, and we power out in front. Lap 2 turns to lap 3, and lap 3 turns to lap 4. Bruh. The gap, however, is 1.5 seconds as we just set the fastest lap. But disaster strikes, and as I look behind me, the Stig is right there. And as we go into the braking zone, I'm crossing my fingers while turning. He's on the outside, but I just need to power out and get in front. I leave him space this time, and I still think we're in front. The next big overtaking spot, and with stakes so high, I know he's going to go for the move. He's on the left to look at the radar, but we have the turn for the inside and then the one behind. Now if you notice there's a Stig and the other guy, Silic, right behind us. Now as we go into the final turn on the race, I think we're in front, but the Stig just sends it. He goes to the inside and takes a position. But there he has it, a ½ second penalty. Without this, I don't think we would have a chance, but there he goes. Slows down, and I think we can take the victory. Time to turn up the radio.
Gotta catch another fight, yeah. The apple bottom make 'em wanna bite, yeah. I just wanna have a good night. I just wanna have a good night. Hold up, don't know night.